Damn, I missed it by like 1 second. But I guess, yeah. Besides that, yeah, we're back to this. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything. I mean, being entirely honest. In the previous part, we got this achievement, make it to inauguration day alone, which again, we were theorizing that the only way in order to accomplish that is by clicking curiosity here, because if you were to click I'm evil, she'd probably deal with you then and there. And if you don't make it to this point, right, you're on the good path. And we know this based off of the messages she's saying here, which this is a very sort of cynical message where she's, because we answered curiosity, she's like, okay, this is all game for you, right? Play it. Just hopefully it ends up working out well for us. As to where in the previous message we got on our first playthrough, our first the original timeline or path that we're on, which is presumably the good one, right? She's like rather congratulatory, saying like it's good that we made it this far, right? Like we as in a team, rather than just us as the player, we're being benevolent as opposed to just satisfying our own curiosity, which she's definitely implying in this one. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't thought about this choice at all since the last time we got here, which I said I would, but I didn't. And then again, besides that, right, I already went over the plan in the previous part. I don't really need to do it right, because actually, let's go back to the main menu to, yeah. So basically, now knowing that, you know, the arcs are in sort of a, and then are we going to view it? Okay, no, never mind. But again, besides that, it's like now knowing that the arcs are in a timeline rather than being like side stories, it's something where it's like, okay, you know, we could try to go for all the achievements and stuff, right? But if all they do is lead to alternate choices, right, which lead to the same outcome or may lead to alternate scenes, but if like the outcome's the same, right, what's the point, right? If the only storyline difference, right, is the pathway that, or the path and timeline that we're currently on, which is what it seems like. It seems like only Sayori's arc has like multiple, I guess, outcomes. Because again, even during the other arcs, when we tried to go and when I tried to get which achievement was it, this achievement, right? You know, Sayori basically forced it to go into the what would you call it? She basically forced it onto the correct outcome, the one where we save, or the right outcome, the one where we save her. So that's something where we would need to manipulate every single choice up until that point, right? But just for what? Her dying and then it resets. Like, I just don't see a point. If the only storyline or plot line difference is going to be in Sayori's arc, the last one, which in the only other different one is the one we're currently on now, which is what it seems like, right? With this, I just don't see a point in trying to go through everything as opposed to just finishing out this alternate pathway or timeline that we're on, as it seems to be the only one. I mean, all of these, like looking at these are just arcs, dates don't really matter, none of this stuff. But yeah, again, I guess we'll see. And again, it's also interesting to know, because we did test, regardless of your answer for this, like the answer for this choice doesn't matter, right? This one probably does. If we picked a wrong one, along with our answer for this one mattered. If we hadn't picked the right one for this one and we hadn't picked curiosity for this one, right? You know, who knows what would have happened. Maybe for this one, if we picked, I don't even know what the dots would mean, right? But if we picked I'm evil, she probably just will put on to us then and there. And then this one I haven't thought about. So we're talking about, is the girl in the book Yuri? The issue being, I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's a Yame, right? I mean, like, she fits the description. And it's something where, like, it may be better to answer no regardless, just to kind of fly under the radar while Monica does whatever she's doing. So I'm going to answer no regardless, partially because I legitimately think it's a Yame and it's not Yuri. And that we should probably try to fly under the radar while Monica's doing whatever she's doing. Because again, in this timeline, we asked why here. So that's enough to get, and that's as much info as we're getting pretty much. But yeah, I think no. So maybe not. But there's a really big resemblance. You can't deny that. I think it's a Yame. You're right there. She has brown hair. If it did say purple hair there, then that would be really creepy. Here, maybe it was someone you know is like that. Your parents or someone you met at school. Or, no, I don't think anyone I don't think I know anyone that could possibly fit that description. I don't mean it's uncanny, but it can't be me, can it? I think it's a Yami. I mean, just how long ago was that journal entry made? It was made, Natsuki scans to the page, over 40 years ago. Okay, so this book, because I was thinking that this was originally the journal that Yuri wrote and gave to Ayame in our original playthrough, but it seems to be something completely different. And I'm not sure if this is the book or not, but yeah, I don't know. And it clearly couldn't be Yuri if it was over 4 years ago, but that can't be right. How else could this have a perfect description of you? I don't know what's going on. That's my fault for skipping through it. I don't think it's actually here. But to be fair, we're skipping through scene text. So just someone that's like her. What makes you say that? And then this goes back to the whole never ending tomorrow, back to that mod. Think about it. The people in that book could be old enough to be our parents, but that wouldn't really make any sense. Our parents, do we know anyone like the people in that book? They really were our parents, then we'd have to go back to their time. What is going on to see how they would act? But it's not like we really have the power to do that. It's a shame. I really would have liked to solve this mystery. There must be something more we can do. Gary Frauds. What about the descriptions? Maybe there's something in there. The journal's sold. Some of it's fade out. It just so happens that the descriptions are pretty much unreadable, except the one that mentions Yuri. So I guess we're all out of options. There's nothing more in this journal we can really talk about. I thought maybe with Yuri here, we could try to figure something out, but I guess not. And is this the one that the MC was wanted to, like, what would you call it, confiscate or consolidate for himself? I don't remember. They're secretly hiding something. Me? Okay. What would I know? Why don't you tell us more about Monica? We're getting into this argument again. You talked to her a lot in the first week you were here. Maybe we can learn something new. That is, if you can't. You don't really say anything about her in the club room. What would telling you about Monica tell us? And this was when Monica basically forced the MC to say whatever, right? Just like to not say anything about her. I really doubt it's going to change anything. We shouldn't force it out of him. Fine. Maybe you can look over the journal and choose again and find something. Maybe there's more. I mean, there has to be something. That's just it. There is more. I just can't look at it. The journal won't let me. The fuck are you talking about? Give it to me. What do you mean the journal won't let you? Just turn your eyes towards the page. Natsuki gives the journal to Yuri. Yuri tries to look through her journal. And let me guess, it's going to be an entry about Natsuki. Shifts through the first couple pages without any trouble. What's wrong with it? Keep reading. You'll see eventually. Okay. Yuri keeps turning through the pages until she just stops. I can't turn the page. What is this? What do you mean? It's like, is the page too heavy? Is it made of like lead or something? Yuri tries to turn the page again, but can't. What is going on? She looks like she's actively struggling against the book. Well, damn, use like some pliers or something. You can use gravity to do your work, right? If you hold the book sideways, gravity will force the page down, right? You don't need to turn it. You can let the forces of nature do it for you. Natsuki takes the book back from her. That's interesting. You can always seem to see up to there in the journal. So Natsuki's is a different page then. But is Yuri's further than Natsuki's or what? It can't be. It's got to be shorter if that's what Natsuki's saying. Otherwise, she'd be like, oh, give me that. Let me see. Right? But I can. Natsuki opens the journal, manages to get past. Again, past. But after a certain point, she starts struggling too. What about us? Well, I assume we have access to the whole thing, right? It's either all or none for us. See what I mean? I'm not usually one to believe in supernatural, but this journal is cursed or something. What is even going on? So I want to find out the truth. I don't get it. It's just a book, isn't it? You're just messing with me. We're not here. Natsuki offers me the journal. We're either not going to be able to turn a single page or we can turn through it all just fine. But if I can only get this far, I doubt you could get any further, but who knows? If we just start flipping through the pages, I take the journal from Natsuki. She looks at me suspiciously. I look at the first couple of pages. You can open it at least. I doubt you can get far. How come? Did we just start flipping through? Let's see, I closed the journal. Seems like just a normal journal to me. It took me a while before I could even read to where I'm up right now. It took you a while? Are you saying that as time went on, you could read more of the book? Not exactly. It's more like Natsuki scratched her head. What is going on? It's hard to explain, but it's like the more I thought about the world, the more I could read into it. I actually found the journal a while ago and I couldn't even open it. Is this the book? This isn't, because the issue being there's like so many books, like random books that we're talking about, right? We had the original Portrait of Markov, which apparently was the catalyst for Yuri going insane and nearly sent Monica and the MC insane, which we don't even know where it ended up in this. In the original playthrough, the MC, I'm pretty sure he was told to dispose of it. He just didn't. But in this one, we apparently chose to either give it to Monica or throw it away. And I'm pretty sure we chose give, which may have been actually what caused that rather than not writing poems for her. But besides that, now there was the journal entry in the original playthrough, which basically Yuri made, which described all the events of the club, and she gave to Yami, and then Monica destroyed anyway. And I do remember vaguely there being a book that was similar to like this. That was basically just a complete outline of the club, right? Because Yuri's was just a journal on, like the members basically, right? Their personalities. So she could give to Yami. But this one was like a complete description of all the events that happened in the club, right? And honestly, I don't even remember at this point. I didn't want to tell anyone because I sound crazy. But recently, with all weird stuff going on, I could actually open it. The more you question the world, maybe that's the key. We don't really have anything to go on. Yeah. Anyway, go on, Raven. Just see how far you can get. I bet we're going to get through the whole thing. There's nothing special about this. You guys are just messing with me. Look, quickly flick through the whole book. Got it. I don't really look at any of the details, but I managed to go through all of it. Yeah, you see, these two they're just not on your level. See, I knew you guys were just playing around. What? How can you possibly look through the whole thing? Because we're not inhibited. We're not limited by our environment. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe he's thought about this world a lot. Or maybe he is special somehow. I don't think I have. But in the case you guys just aren't messing with me, I'll play along. Go to the part after her death. Whose death? It's where I couldn't read past. Whose death? It's like, wait a second. Yuri's thinking, whose death? What? I don't know whose death it's talking about. If it's a journal, why would there be parts after her death? Whose death? Or is it the girl that's I guess supposed to be describing Yuri? That's just what we're here to find out. Stop wasting time. Just tell us what it says. All right. I look through the journal. Nancy looks at the pages, stops me when I reach the right page. Let's see here. It's dark. It's so empty and it hurts. The whole world I knew once is gone. Where are my friends? Where am I? Why won't this pain go away? What did I do to deserve this? I just want to go home, please. Thought I would have been happy. Is this the price for confessing? Oh, is this I guess this is actually this is straight up the book we have for the fucking play, right? The book that's basically just a description of the original events of the club. I had no idea what this was talking about first, but yeah, it just seems to be that book. And I guess we have the original copy or whatever, right? Or whoever, this is the original copy in terms of what's it called? In terms of that, I guess it's the one that has special powers that prevents people from flipping through, as opposed to the newer copies, which are presumably just alternate versions, right? Let's see. Is this the price of love? Why? Okay, you can stop. What's wrong? It's hard to listen to. Clearly, whoever wrote this is in pain, this part anyway. Well, it did sound rather horrific. How could it have been written if she was dead? Someone else wrote it. It's a biography, not autobiography. The previous century was detailing her means of suicide, right? Yeah, that's right. I turned the page back. The rope is right. The noose is set. Yeah, but the fan doesn't hold enough weight, fat ass. It's time to hang myself. I have to do this. Everyone will be happier without me. I deserve to die. The world doesn't need me. They'll all be happier. No one's going to cry for me. And I deserve it. Turn back to where I was in the journal. I can only assume she died afterwards, which doesn't explain the next couple of journal entries. Biography, precisely. I'm wondering how those entries came about. Maybe it's a different person. You think some person would write in someone else's journal after they committed suicide? Or this is presumably just a normal journal then. So is it not just the complete replication of the original events of the game, right? Not act 1, 2, 3, 4. I have no idea what's going on. There's no way someone would do that. Only someone completely messed up in the head would do that. I'm not sure, but the handwriting seems similar. What is it? Just the same handwriting? For the letters look the same between the two pages, so I think it's somehow the same person. Maybe they didn't go through with it. Maybe they they did as a ghost. Maybe there were second thoughts when they were alive. Wait a second, what's the date on that entry? Why is it important? Just tell me. Just tell the date. It's dated. Look at the entry's date. The date looks wrong. Look at the last entry. It's after the next century's date. I looked at the last entry and it's F. What the hell is he talking about? It's dated. I look at the entry's date. The date looks wrong. I look at the last entry and it's after the next century's date. So the date, okay, I see. So what happened was, so the suicide entry, right? That was at a certain date. And then the entry after that was actually before. It was dated before, prior to, almost a week before. And then again, that would coincide with the pre-mod compared to the act. Because, and again, this mod's pretty confusing. You have the pre-mod, right? Which leads up into the events of the mod. But once you get to the mod, it assumes its own continuity, its own timeline, to where it overwrites the pre-mod. Because Sayori becomes the president for that period of time as opposed to Monica. So what? It's all starting to make sense now. It is. No, I was lying. Ha, got your ass. I thought if I said that, I have an epiphany or something. And before she actually does have one, try looking through the next few pages. Maybe we'll learn something. Epiphany, something about that word. Normally it wouldn't mean anything. That's the word that Monica used. When I'm near this book, hello? World to Raven. World? The world? What is it? Are you there? Just read the damn book. Turn to the next page. Right, sorry. I was just thinking about something you said. Just hurry up. Right, next page. Turn to the next page of the journal. The writing on it seems familiar. It's just none of it's readable. It's just scrawls and scribbles. Damn, try looking into it harder. I can't make out any of the letters. Turn to the next page, and it's the same. In fact, the next dozen pages are the same thing. Looks like the first 4 pages are just repeated over and over. What's wrong? Yeah, aren't you going to read to us? I would, but it's actually unreadable. The next couple of pages look like a bunch of scribbles. It doesn't say anything. What? Natsuki looks as if she wants to see the page. She takes a step towards me and immediately turns back. Okay. What do the scribbles look like? They look like scribbles. What kind of question is this? They look like scribbles. Can you make out any shapes? I make out circles. See, why is that important? Maybe we can find some kind of pattern or message and code in the journal. Anything, really. But it's really difficult since you're the one that has to do it. You and I can't look at it. Yeah, because they can only read up to a certain point in the book. So it's all up to you. Take a close look at the pages. You have to see something, some kind of symbol, the numbers, the pattern, or a loose resemblance to something we know. It's the only thing that could help solve this mystery. All right. I'll take a closer look. The fuck does this? What? All I see is the fucking brown eye. I see it. Okay. I didn't think we'd actually, first off, I didn't actually think we'd be able to see this, right? I didn't, and obviously we can't go previous. I didn't think we'd be able to see this. Second off, yeah, so this is actually what it looks like. So hold on. There's a tie here, right? So that we can see upside down stick person here, an obvious brown eye here, a book here, and then a butterfly here, an arrow here. What? Please tell me I'm not actually supposed to somehow keep track of what is going. Like, please don't tell me I actually need to decipher this. Next page. Please don't tell me I actually need. So stick person again, butterfly again, brown eye again, some crap here, some crap here. Don't tell me I actually need to keep track of this. Brown eye here, person here, another like bat or something, butterfly here. Please don't tell me I actually need to keep track of this. Brown eye here, something, yeah, some stuff going on. I'm not actually going to be able to keep track of this. Okay, I finished looking. That didn't take long. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps it might be worth. No, I'm fucking taking another look just to be sure. Wait, please don't tell me we're actually supposed to notice something. Please don't tell me. Like, if I actually need to pick something up from this, it can't be. That can't be the case. I'm not going to be able to do that. Like, it's just, it ain't happening. I'm clicking on all those, but yeah, it ain't happening. But that, because of the fact that we were given that option, it makes me think that, what's it called? We need to find something. Maybe if we stick on these pages for long enough, right? Yeah, let me spend like 2 or 3 minutes on a page. See if it somehow becomes more clear after time. Because the issue being there's clearly shit on here in terms of symbols, but I'm not smart. I'm not going to try and fucking decipher this, right? That's just, it's not going to happen, right? I don't know what's going on at this point. So what is this? What is this journal? I don't know. Was it this wasn't the one that Yuri gave Ayame? And then, so at first I thought it was that, but then it's like, no, it can't be. That just detailed everyone's personalities, right? Just so they may know knew who everyone was. Then I thought, okay, maybe it's the actual book detailing the events of the original DDLC with like acts 1 through 4, right? Maybe it's the special one, right? Because that's the book that Monica brought. But like it doesn't seem to be that as well, because it's like a journal entry. I guess it could be. I don't know though. This is just like, in the fact that she asked us to read it again, it makes me think that there is something. For me, that's the issue. It makes me think that there's something here that we should be picking up on, right? In terms of like symbols. So, okay, I've stayed on this page long enough, but this is like actually just confusing. Like, am I supposed to be picking up something or what? Yeah, I don't know. Am I supposed to just be clicking all the symbols? Because here's a tie, right? Here's a stick person. Here's a very obvious eye. Here's a book. Here's some sort of butterfly. And here's an arrow, right? We got stick person here, butterfly here, eye here. We got some crap here. We got the eye here. We got a smiley face here. We got like a bat or something here. We got a butterfly here. We got an eye here. Butterfly here. Tie here. This word's repeated twice. We got some random crap here. We have stick figure here. We have a pen here. Yeah, I don't know. For me, that's the issue. It's like, yeah, just, I don't know if I'm supposed to be like getting something. Because the fact that, you know, that was told, like that was explicitly said, right, makes me think, oh, we should be finding something. Okay, I finished looking. Oh, okay. What happens if we just keep maybe we need to do this a certain amount of times, because I don't know, and I'm not skipping past this point. I'm not skipping past this point until we find something, right? And again, I have no idea what this could be, so it is just like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it too much. Maybe it's literally just the words that the eyes are on, right? I can't read out this fucking word, right? Same with this one. Same with this one. Does that say Germany? I don't know. What? This mod assumes way too much from us. Right, this, you know, hold on. What I should be doing is, okay, so let's see if there's any new files. Okay, so, because this is one of the few mods that does actually interact with the files. Hold on, let me actually do this. So let's stop the share, new share to this screen, right? Am I sharing even the right screen? Hold on. Can I see what screen? Okay, no. Yeah, this is the right screen. So yeah. So again, so this is one of the few mods that actually interacts with this screen, right? To where you can actually see what's it called? To where, yeah, it actually interacts with this with the game file. So nothing on what's it called on the 22nd. We have the die is cast on the 21st, and then listen to this in private. Yeah, just only log was updated. Wait was again August. Interesting and do nothing is August. Messages July. Yeah, characters, and we have all these characters in here, so nothing in here. The script Saturday we still have from what's it called, all that time ago. So yeah, like looking in here, there's nothing in here. So yeah, let's go back to here. Again, I'm just being entirely honest. I don't know. I mean, there may be something, the issue being, I don't know. I don't know. Because it's making it seem as though I closed the journal. Well, you saw something, right? I guess so. Let me think. We saw all of the above. So, oh my God, were we really supposed to take another look? I saw a book, a tie, an eye, a pen. We saw literally all of the above. Or I guess a person. It was all of the above. What is going on? Let's go back here. Because clearly, again, we saw all of these. So yeah, let's oh my God, wait. Damn it. This was from fucking no is what we answered. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Because maybe it's because if we can, here's the thing, we saw all of the above, but if we only have to answer one, right? It's like, or if we can only answer one, maybe it's because here's the thing, the eye is clearly the most obvious one, the one that's protruding the most. I guess this would be the ribbon. I thought this was a barfly, but that's a ribbon. Are there any words we can actually make out? And yeah, all this crap seems to be just written on top of completely unsembling crap, right? Yeah, again, it's all like, yeah, the eye is clearly the most predominant thing. So, okay, load back to here. I'm going to click an eye. It was pretty distinct. I feel like I've definitely seen it before. Yeah, that's the one thing that stood out to me. We did see the rest of this stuff, but I'm not sure where from. An eye? Was it a specific color? Actually, now you mentioned it, it was the only thing on the pages that was colored. It had a red iris. Bitch, no, it didn't. It was brown. Are you fucking kidding me? What do you mean red? Okay, the MC's now just being an idiot, right? Let's go back here. There was no way that was red. Oh yeah, I saved at this point, right? Yeah. Okay, red iris. Does that look red to me? Does that look red to you? The MC is just being an idiot. So let's load. But again, that was clearly, for me, that was the most distinct thing. That was the most, maybe it would have been different if we ended up saying that she was Yuri. But again, I still think that this was the best option. So hold on a second. Didn't you have a book like that, Yuri? I remember you bringing it while Raven joined. I don't know if you ever got to show it to him. Yeah, she did. That was what caused the whole thing. And apparently we were supposed to dispose of it, which we never did anyway. The MC just kept it in the original one. This one, we apparently gave it to Maka. Wait, you knew about that? I didn't realize you paid such attention. Pay attention to a lot of things. That's okay. But that's besides the point. Where's that book now? I don't have it anymore. What? Where is it now? It's gone. Someone stole it from me. Okay, so I guess in this timeline or pathway, right? Monica took it. So, right. Stole it from you. Why didn't you tell anyone? It wasn't really a big deal. I'm standing here after all. Besides, I didn't really want to bother you all. It's such a trivial event. Getting robbed isn't trivial, Yuri. If it's listen, if there's like reality bending shit going on, right? If there's like reality altering shit, anything's kind of a big deal, right? They didn't take anything else from you. The only thing that happened was the book being stolen. And no, they didn't take anything else from me. It happened while I was sleeping. I left my book on the table. When I woke up, it was gone. So it just disappeared. Maybe you just forgot where you put it. Could still, I don't have it, Natsuki. I wouldn't know. Okay, well, what do we do now? I don't know anything about this book they're talking about. At least I don't think I do. But if I do have a feeling, I shouldn't tell them anyway. There's just a voice in the back of my head saying that. Good, good. We're laying everything on fold. That's why I think, because we could have said yeah, and we could have said I'm evil, but I think being that is just enabling, you know, a response, right? You want to not necessarily fly under the radar, right? You want to put off a response to where it's too late. So maybe we can simply locate our copy there. Maybe one in the library or at some bookstore. I doubt it is in the library. Bookstore could work, but I don't really have time. I doubt either of those would have it though. Since they went through trouble of stealing from Yuri directly. So what do you suggest? With what we know, it's best we just keep going on with our days. We don't know what could happen next. And we don't know how much looking into this could affect us. Sure that we don't have much to work off of. Maybe it would be a good idea to just see how today goes. And well, we know we don't make it past it. That's where the big freeze happens. Then later we can act when the dots connect. In the meantime, you can try to read as much of the journal as you can. You're the only one of us who can. And you can tell us more about when it's time to rehearse. Maybe by the time we'll have something we can act on. Why can't we just look through a journal now? Maybe there's more beyond those repeated scribbles. Maybe there is. Now I have an idea and I have to act on it. Okay, what's the idea? What is it? I can't tell you. You might not be able to read the journal beyond a certain point if I tell you. It's better we keep these factors the same. What led you to that conclusion? I don't know. Besides, you shouldn't stick around here too long. People might get suspicious. Isn't that a little paranoid? With cursed books and this weird feeling I'm getting today, I think I have the right to be paranoid. It's like, yeah, with reality altering shit going on, you know, right? I suppose that's true. Good luck, Natsuki. Good luck to the two of you as well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I wonder what she's doing. I don't know if what she's doing can help at this point, but must be important. She can cut the slow mean we had short. I'm sure she has her reasons. Can you look beyond those scribbles in the journal? I can give it a shot. Just relay the information to us when you can. I'm going to try and look for a certain book. The one you were talking about before? Yeah, the portrait of Markov. There's a chance I may have left it in my locker somewhere in school. If I did, then perhaps it will solve the mystery we have. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Hopefully you can find something out as well. I thought I'd be spending my lunchtime reading a book. I guess the club really has gotten to me. Just read the damn book. I want to see what it is too. See you later. This whole investigating thing is a lot more fun spending lunch alone. Sure it is. I'll see you at rehearsals. You're always fine. Goodbye. Before I head towards the locker area, just do what I can as well. I'll make sure the right people get the right information. Now to look at this journal. I still don't know if they are very serious about not being able to turn the page. They will do it fine, beyond the point that not skill. I flip through more of the repeat entries or scribbles all over them. It goes on for a while. I almost think the rest of the journal is just the same 4 scribbles. Eventually, I reach a certain page in the journal. It has the 4th scribble I saw, but for some reason, it's hard to turn the page. It actually takes effort to flip to the next page, like there's someone grabbing my arm and actively stopping me. Eventually, I get to the next page, and that force is gone. Is that what the 2 of them were talking about? Maybe it's just the wind. This journal entry is dated the same date as the very first entry. So again, the very first day, presumably. So this is presumably during the mod, what's it called? It's the mod self-imposed continuity for the very first day of the Act 1, pretty much. So, except from what I can tell, the perspective is kind of different. Flip between the start of the journal and the current page. Force that was there before isn't there as I look between the pages. It's so easy. As I suspected, the entries are basically the same, but the perspective is slightly different. Earlier in the journal, it's talked about being someone else's book club. The name, for some reason, is blurred out. Looks like it's been erased and rewritten too many times, so I can't tell what it says. Part of this drawing reads, written as if it was their club, like the person who wrote the journal entry now in the club. So that makes it seem as though it's Sayori and not Monica, or that Monica was the first and now it's Sayori. Seems like it's the same person, judging by the handwriting. But what does this all mean? Why is the date between the first entry and this one the same? Why were there dozens of pages of the same 4 scribbles? And again, that'd be because, again, we know how the way it works. We have the pre-mod lean into the mod, which assumes it's all continuity for the week of the pre-mod. That would be that point in time. Why am I the only one who was able to read this far? There's so many questions I'm wondering the answer to. This whole mystery sure is a lot more than I thought. I'll need to relay this information, but not to those 2. She needs to know her, Monaco. So look to the next page. The siren indicating, bitch, they have a whole ass siren in school. The fuck are you talking? I close the journal, making sure to mark the page with my finger. I open the journal to the page I was just reading to make sure I can still open it easily. It seems fine, so I close it and put it away. More time to read the next entries later. There's still a bunch of time before rehearsals anyway. Good. And then this is where we get to the whole Ayame crap. So we can skip this all. I don't really care about this. I didn't see her. Oh, see Ayame, she means. I can only assume again. So there we go. Should I go with Yuri to get Monica? And is this, no, this wasn't actually to find Ayame. It was legitimately to find Monica. And again, what's interesting is before in the previous play, in our original playthrough, right? In the other pathway or timeline, right? This choice didn't matter, right? But now it may be a situation to where this choice does actually matter. And I think what we need to do is we do need to go to get her. So, and then relay the information. So let's see if there's any difference here. So she probably should have told me this morning. Whatever, what's done is done. Do you really want to know, Yuri? I can definitely give you that information. Monica saw us movement, causing Yuri and I to do the same. It's going to cost you all nothing. What the hell is she talking about? Okay, hold on. Let's see. We've been losing. Wait, what? The school doesn't have enough students anymore. Okay, so the school is lose. This is the whole what's it called? Oh, and again, we took note of how it's 4 students every year. What a coincidental date. But you'll be completely different after you learn this information. Completely different. In what way? Learning something like this isn't going to cause me a change. In fact, I'm rather interested in this information. If what you're saying is true, then the school has been operating at loss of students for decades. You're absolutely sure, Yuri. This won't work if I force you into it. So you know that I'm giving you this chance. You have to be willing. For some reason, the way Monica said that makes me feel chill. And something going to happen or what? Best to save just in case. Why are you saying it like that so ominous? It's just the history of the school, isn't it? It'd probably be well known to the parents bringing their children here. I have my reasons for that, Yuri. Just like you should have yours for wanting to learn this information. Remember, the decision is completely up to you. I won't force you to do anything you don't want to. I'd like to take a moment to think about it. Of course, take all the time you need. Though maybe not, since you have a rehearsal to get to. Yuri punched on, then looks at me with an expectant look. Well, what do you think? I want to get your opinion. Do you think I should do it? Well, if you ask me, why are you asking him? It's not any of his business what choice you make. Are you saying you aren't independent enough to make the decision yourself? Come on, Yuri. It's really not that hard, isn't it? That's not what I was just, never mind. I'll sign myself. Just give me a minute. I want to learn this information. Can we make the MC learn it? What's the worst that can happen anyway? It's just a piece of information. That's how you're going to change who Yuri is. So if you made up your mind, I've decided I want to learn this information. My curiosity is getting the better of me for some reason. Just see what he has to say. Or should Raven take this ridiculous agreement to hear it too? No, he's different to you. Him knowing this information won't change him at all. But it will change you, Yuri. Just know that you've done this out of your own free will. Just get on with it. As you wish, Yuri. Now, where to begin? Why not at the beginning, the founding of this school? This school was founded over 100 years ago, possibly more. Its founding was sponsored by the most influential families in the area, so it became very popular. Back then, there were a lot more students going to this school. Say at least 500 of them. 500, that's an oddly specific number. You can be so certain about the student body count back then. It's not like you have access to the records, do you? That's not important. Call it an educated guess. If I knew the exact year it was founded, I could give you a more accurate number. What is the year? Shut the fuck up. Science, you'll have your time. Right now, all you have to do is watch and listen. Watch, Yuri descends into madness again. For the second time, because again, the first was with the Porch to Markov. That was kind of what was enabling her, right? And then eventually, well, in this continuity, Monica stole, but in the other one, you know, we actually took it, and then we're supposed to destroy it, but just never ended up doing that. So, do you know what will happen when you hear the end of it, Yuri? I don't know. You keep saying I'll change, but I'm more resolved than you think. Hearing the end of some possibly map tale isn't going to change who I am. We'll see about that. Why are you being so ominous about this? I'm starting to feel like you're just playing some kind of cruel joke. You're not out to harm me, are you? You're going to take a step away from Monica. Maybe. Raven isn't going to save you. In fact, he won't say another word. Damn, I guess we're not speaking. You already cast the die. Now you must see through it to the end. So the second die has been cast. The first by us, the second by Yuri making this decision. So good thing we fucking decided to go out with Yuri to find Monica. But now let me finish what I was saying. Every year since this time, 5 students would disappear from the school. Without fail, it was always 5 students. The student body count has always stayed the same, except for that constant 5-student drop. No one, and I mean absolutely no one knows why, except me. Cause, you might ask, is this vicious cycle that threatens to destroy everyone. The cycle that will never stop until every last person has ceased to exist. The cycle that I've been trapped in for what seems like forever. I'm the only one who can stop it, Yuri. Do you understand? Without me, we're all doomed. Without Yuri. I don't understand what just happened. I told a pretty strange story that didn't sound that convincing. But when are we going to get that achievement for learning the truth of this world? Now it seems like we're on a better path than previous. Because again, in the previous, arguably, this is the good timeline, the good pathway. Because again, in the previous one, Sayori froze time, and then we needed to go with Ayame and Monica to stop her. But in this one, it seems that Monica has taken matters into her own hands to try and evade the whole situation rather than work with Sayori, and then at the end, realize it's futile. I felt something weird come from nowhere. I look at Yuri and the gaze seems to be fixed on Monica. She's completely expressionless. What happened to her? You're right. We must do something about it. You know, I'm surprised that actually worked. Suppose the story's enough to make Yuri give her full attention. Now she's completely helpless again. All that effort to try to fix her, only for her to end up like this. What a waste of my time. She's already prime candidate before, but you just had to... The fuck are you talking about? I don't know what's going on. This is why this fucking... That's the issue. What do you mean maybe we're supposed to answer yes? Maybe that... And clearly the I was the correct answer, right? But maybe we were supposed to answer yes. And she's speaking to us about this. I mean, just give us both sentience. It's that easy, right? You know, tell us both the truth. We can get the achievement and we can actually solve this thing. But I suppose there's no use complaining about it now. I've already fixed this problem. That shouldn't have been a problem to begin with. You'll obey me when the time comes now, won't you? As you say, it's so exciting to think that little world manipulation could get something like that done. Although it wasn't the most efficient way, no, I don't have that kind of power yet. I was only able to do it through some roundabout way, but soon. Monica looks at me and smiles. Soon it'll all be over and I can finally enact my plans. Now, I should probably return Yuri back to normal for now, but the is already planned. I just need to activate it. He stares at Yuri intently. Expression slowly returns to Yuri's face and she finds herself confused. What's happening right now? Right now, we're about to leave to go back to the art room. You didn't really seem convinced about my story, so there's no point going on about it anymore. And I can't even remember what you said. Was that forgettable? Well, I guess I'm not the greatest storyteller. I don't suppose you feel any different, at least. I don't think I do, should I? You seem pretty adamant about me being different afterwards, but I feel the same. Oh, well, I guess it didn't really work. Maybe it was all some sort of elaborate prank that I read somewhere. I'm not really sure how telling stories meant to change someone, Monica. Unless it was some sort of revelation that related to someone personally. I don't know if the students disappearing thing is actually true, but it does sound very ridiculous. Maybe it was all just some joke someone made up. Where'd you even learn about it? It's most likely some kind of trick, but who knows for sure. I guess we'll see the effects of it soon enough. So where I learned about it, it's probably best you don't know. Can't even remember what you said the reason was, but it doesn't really matter. The school really does have a declined student body. Then there's probably some reasons for it. Okay, let's go back. There's Ayame with the purple ribbon. And again, she's not, clearly because we're skipping past, she's not bringing up our interaction earlier. But that does make me wonder if we were supposed to answer yes. I clicked no because I actually thought it was a Yame, and partially because I thought it'd be better if we were more so flew under the radar, right? Same reason why we didn't answer, we're evil. Trying to be more low key so that buys us more time, or buys Monica more time, because she seems to be the one driving things in this one as opposed to Sayori. So it is interesting. I just wonder how the whole thing's going to go. Okay, and then we have a stop. So this confidence I'm feeling doesn't feel natural at all. Like, wow, how do I feel so ready for this play? We barely rehearsed it. Maybe I managed to playing some tricks on me or something. What is it about this play? I just have this bad feeling that something terrible is going to happen. Maybe not right away, but maybe during or after. Can't shake it off. I don't know why. Speeding up the play. So I had so much time thinking about that. I forgot to put on my outfit. Pretty sure Sayori spent a lot of time on that. We only found out which play we were doing a few days ago, but from what I saw, it seemed like they were high quality. Sure, you have them prepared somehow? You probably shouldn't question it. I'm going to get an actual answer anyway. I know there are things Sayori's keeping from me. We've been friends for so long, and there are still secrets between us. These secrets might help me understand what the hell is going on these days. If I chose a different path, a different way of doing things, then maybe I know. Okay. So I guess we're still not on. So I guess we should have chosen something different in order to learn the truth of this world. But right now I'm all alone and in the dark. Is this what's best for me looking back? And because this is right before the freeze. So this is right before basically the climax. So this is basically not the MC, but the game reflecting on itself, right? And it's saying, oh, we could have done something more to learn the truth and possibly get that achievement. But and then again, how we're going in all alone. But yeah, it's interesting because maybe the right choice was to be confronting about this, right? Maybe the right choice was, shoot, I don't even, or we spent the weekend with Sayori. Maybe the right choice was to say like, oh, I'm evil. Oh, it's Yuri, right? I guess, I don't know. There's so many things that could have done differently. So many choices that could have gotten me somewhere. I suppose there's no point in looking in the past. It's like any chances already been done. I can. Right now I have the play to worry about. You set my sights to the play and beyond. Well, I probably shouldn't go to the play looking like this. So you're here. She'd probably tell me off about not having it on, all right? It's not gonna matter. She isn't here now. I'll see her in the yards of the play, I hope, before then. There we go. And then we have, where's the freeze? I'm prompted to walk on stage by a student behind me. The lines shines, lights. I'm nearly blind by first, but quickly adjust. Suddenly Sierra runs onto a stage, nails something. Okay, where's the time freeze? And then is this where we're arguing about the fucking drink? I don't know where you're singling me out, but okay, I won't take one of those drinks. Same goes for you. Does this really matter at this point? And then again, because I originally did get a Yame to test it first, right? And then shoot, does it actually? I don't think it actually makes a difference. I mean, here's the thing, we're gonna take it in this one because again, it presumably allows us to move within stopped time. And again, because we do this, and then like this is even worse than just decline it. Sure, let's take it. I have no idea if this is actually going to make a difference at this point with what Monica's. I have no idea what's going on, right? Like I have no idea what's happening. So that is until they're backed into a corner. Who's they? Let's see. What Yame? Okay, so again, and she's referring to a Yame with nowhere else to go, no one else to turn to. That's when you find out what someone's true nature is. Anyway, let's see. But I'll have my own fun, won't I? What's our role, right? Your real role. In fact, that's what the intention is, that we do this for fun, but all my own fun. When it's all over, it's just me. I should thank you again. This outcome wouldn't be possible if it weren't for your curiosity. But literally just like 2 minutes ago, she was saying, oh, you were making things so difficult. Oh, I would have been able to win over Yuri just fine if it weren't for your meddling. And now she's like, thank you. This would have been possible if it weren't for your curiosity. If you didn't go and do this, I may not have been able to plan this. Still wondering why exactly went down this path. That's why I said being low key would enable this, right? Because I guarantee if we would have clicked, oh, what's it called? I'm evil. It's her, right? Other things. Maybe spend the weekend with Monica. This wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't have made it to this far with Monica being able to fulfill our plans, right? But again, the issue then being, okay, how do we learn? Because again, that's what okay, let's see. That's what this told us, that, oh, we could have done more to learn the truth. And that's the game or the mod reflecting on itself. So that is, we can assume that that is telling the truth, right? That we could have done something else to do that. And maybe that's going the more extreme option, the more extreme route of, okay, spending the weekend with Monica, right? Doing that. And then what's it called? Doing that, saying we're evil, and then fucking saying it's Yuri. Maybe you're just looking to betray me at the very end. Can't say I would blame you. And then that's for sort of like letting this go on for so long. You have your reasons, I'm sure. If that does happen to be the case, then come prepared, because who knows what could happen. That's not my plan. If you really are just purely helping me, then I can't help but think you aren't in a proper state of mind. What are you even saying at this point? What is going on? In any case, not my place to judge you. I have got your character, her character file. She's talking mad shit for someone whose character file is still in the characters folder, right? It's like, I don't think you have a right to speak. No, that will come later. For now, good luck on your part. What is she even saying? Proper state of mind. It's not my place to judge you. That will come later. What the fuck is going on? Skip. And then we took the drink too. It's time. It's the freeze time, because I believe this is, yeah, it's literally this, right? It's time. Where's that decision? Yeah, it's here. It's time. Time freeze now. Skip. Take my phone from my pocket and slowly pretend to dial a number. I look around as if to avoid being watched before I pull it towards my ear. Voicemail. In reality, I didn't call anyone, but at least I can talk to no one in particular and not look crazy. Listen to me, please. Your friend needs you. She may have this exterior that radiates happiness. I know better. I can see right through her. The two of us. I know I can get to her. Just by the way she moves, I can tell she won't take much longer. It's as if she's planning something scary and dangerous. We have to do something. We have to give her hope. I really hope you can get this voicemail before it's too late. Who the hell are we calling? Let's see, voicemail. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, and then this is Sayori. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I remember, because he improvs this during the fucking play. And that's when the time freeze happens. It's just that I try to speak, but no words come out of my mouth. Actually, it's more like there's no sound. I look around the room. Everyone else is just there, standing still. And here's the time freeze. I can still move my body. Am I the only one that's not affected by what just happened? There goes my big part. I guess let's check backstage, try to figure out what's happened. And again, it's also interesting to note that in the previous playthrough, right? In our original, like in the, what's it called? In our original playthrough, right? In the previous timeline or pathway, Monica, because she wasn't scheming about Sayori, she gets frozen as well. The only other person besides us who wasn't is Ayame. And then we choose to, what's it called? Unfreeze Monica and bring her to try and stop Sayori. But it'll be interesting to see that Monica apparently has been doing her own scheming, right? What she's come up with, because presumably she's avoided this time freeze as well, or at least that's what I'm assuming based off what she's been saying. There's got to be someone around that is saying so. Maybe someone from the club is so normal. I guess I'm about to find out. As I make my way backstage, I can feel my movements getting slower. It's like there's a heavy weight all across my body. Maybe it's only a matter of time before I start freezing in place too. Find someone that's not frozen, but everyone backstage seems to be stuck too. All the student helpers as well as everyone from the club. Everyone except Sayori seems to be missing. So even Monica, forgot that I can't actually make a sound. Even if I could, I doubt they could respond to me. Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. So they're all frozen. That's surprising, right? So it seems like, so that's interesting. So Monica didn't actually have an answer to the time freeze, despite all the scheming that's been going on. So maybe it was something to where we needed to kind of go with the extreme, right? Say, we are evil. Say, yeah, it is Yuri. Spend the weekend with Monica, potentially, right? This is just, so there's definitely some sort of alternate pathway or timeline, right, to where we are right now. So try to increase my pace a little. So yours be somewhere, doesn't she? Spoke to you a few months ago, but she can't have gone far. Why can't we skip this? Open the door to the gym. I see Nara, then Ayame. Yame's outside the gym. She opens her mouth, say something. Another sound comes out. How is she still moving? She's not affected by this. Well, the two of us must be connected to this somehow. Once again, I try to say something, but there's just silence. Ayame stares at me blankly for a couple seconds before raising her finger. She looks like she has an idea, but what can she do? We only communicate through our actions now. It's never the best at charades. Oh my God, is this all? Okay, and then again, because so we said the words, right? And again, oh my God, the only option is Monica. So maybe she had planned for this. Oh my God. She did have a response. And Monica, and clearly she's influencing it now. Oh my God. And also what's interesting to note is that, what's it called? What's interesting to note is that Ayame had the demon school, right? Or fucking, she had the demon letters. So that shows that we ended up, or we didn't go through with what, that's interesting. So we didn't go through, because again, what happened, and we learned this in the original, because this was one thing that I thought wrong, because Monica gave us the words that, which I thought were basically a kill switch for Ayame. But instead, they actually ended up suppressing her quote unquote evil side, I guess, right? Whatever her evil personality from the other world, which is represented by the demon letters. But again, it's interesting that that's not the case here. So, yeah, there's that. Again, it's just, I feel like that's part of the issue with this, right? It's impossible to keep track of everything in this mod. So, and I don't think it actually matters, because I think, what's it called? She was actually at the school though, right? If I recall. Yeah, she was at the school. Yeah, so I have a feeling that I shouldn't. I'm going to completely ignore. Wait, what did we say? I knew you would find me. I went to the most obvious place I could think of. Or you seem to be taking it well. So, let's see. I should probably, okay, so, oh yeah, because I forgot we split up. So we've made it this far, have we? Yame's making it a lot more complicated than it should be. So that's interesting. So, because I forgot we split up, but we'll play along for now. I'll have to figure out a way to earn her trust somehow. You're going to help me do it. The plan is, okay, I don't know what the plan is. I found Monica, Yame. Okay. See, forget it. Well, let's see if you both seem certain it's this park. I suppose we'll find out. Okay, let's go. So let's see. We don't exactly have another option. Your feelings are going to have to come second. Okay, continue skipping, right? Because we've been through all this before. And shoot, I don't actually, are we ready to go? And again, yeah, or we can't actually save past this point, right? Yeah, so we can't actually save. So, and then what's funny is that, yeah, so it definitely seems to be different with Monica, at least. Like, she seems to be kind of like fully enabled, like, right? We're trying to stop Seaweed. What's going on? Okay. But anyway, again, it's something to where it's like, and then we're at this point. And again, the demo is presumably going to end before we can actually get there. But it's something to where it's like, again, Monica's fully like sort of, what was the term that I used? Like, she's fully pathetic. So what's going on? We had a deal. 9/10 to fulfill. Sayori, you have to stop this. Let's see. And then again, she breaks. So both Monica and Ayame are completely unhinged. They're fully, I don't actually think it mattered. But yeah. Okay, let's see. And then again, because it is, what was the term they used? Basically agreed. Yeah, it is kind of funny that both of them in this instance. Okay, this is but anyway, this again, this is a trick. So let's see. No, fuck off. And again, that's something where it's like, yeah, they're both completely unhinged. They're both completely off the they're both completely what was the term they used? They've gone sort of off the deep end, right? Both Ayame and Monica both, because I feel like we've done everything we needed to for Monica, right? Basically for her to go off the deep end pretty much, right? And then obviously by not saying those words to Ayame, we didn't prevent her from sort of getting rid of her other personality. This is one where you have to wait, right? Are we supposed to wait? It hasn't come up yet. Okay, and again, this is the one where we need to wait. So, yeah, because I thought it was the R one, but it was taking too long. So yeah, this is the one we wait for though. So it is, right? I'm pretty sure this is the one where you need to wait. Should show up at any moment. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. And then again, yeah, because the fake Sayori tells us not to take it, so we're gonna take it. So yeah, that is very interesting. Do we understand what? Okay, yeah. So yeah. And then here we are with Sayori, where we make it to where Sayori actually is, and Ayame and Monica are here. And then again, there's the illusion. So this has to stop Sayori. Okay, let's. Oh yeah, I forgot we can't save. The world cannot end like this. Are you even aware that they're wrong? She's going about this the wrong way completely. Let's see. I also have an idea, and I hope you'll listen to me. Emma looks mildly irritated. Then you can hear Yami's idea and choose. What is it? You give it back to me, and I'll bear the burden. Okay, and then this is regarding the presidency. I'll stop you from having to pull the trigger. What did you say? And again, to be, oh my God, to be continued. So that's interesting. That is okay. We clicked okay and nothing happened. Is the mod broken? Okay, not responding. That's a bad. Okay, that is interesting though. It's this, and again, yeah, that's so interesting though. It's very, and again, I'm ending it here for this part, but that is interesting though. So we do, that says a lot, right? Because here's the thing. Obviously, it's a demo, and that's where it ends. It hasn't gone to that part yet, like presumably actually finished out the mod. But it's interesting that this alternate path, it's alternate reality, alternate path we took, right? Or alternate path, alternate timeline, right? To where we've, instead of, writing the poems for Monica, right? Which it has been keeping her sane, we don't. And then we presumably gave her the book, which was an option, which kind of caused her to go off the deep end, become unhinged, like Ayame in this, because we never ended up saying the words which purged her of her evil self, right, from the alternate world. And it seems to be that she didn't have a plan to stop the time freeze, but she had a plan to ensure that she would get chosen. And that, funny enough, because I think in the original playthrough, the other timeline and pathway, right? When we get to that point, it's Ayame and Monica trying to basically convince Sayori to stop, right? But in this one, instead, it's Monica coming up with her own solution, right? Basically, oh, give me the presidency, right? And you won't have to bear this burden. So it's sort of a bid to get back her own power, which presumably she intends to use for something else beyond that point, right? But again, obviously, since it's down, we don't get there. So that's really interesting. That, what's it called? That's really interesting that, the freeze still ends up happening, even though we've been enabling Monica, right? I guess before, I'm going to go back and go to some of these choices, right? And again, I don't think taking the drink doesn't matter, right? I don't think it matters. So let's just confirm that doesn't actually matter, even in this instance. Yeah, let's just confirm that the drink doesn't actually matter. So let's just confirm that the drink doesn't actually matter. Okay, let's see. Actually, it's more like there's no sound. Look around. Let's see. Okay, yeah, in this part, we can still again, so it's interesting that, because again, the drink seems to have no effect, right? Like the drink seems to have no impact at all, at least for this demo. So, and then again, it's Monica regardless, right? So it's that honestly is kind of funny though. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. And then I assume it's no different if we were to have gone to Monica's house, right? Maybe it is, but and again, yeah, we get to this point. So I'm just confirming that, none of these choices actually matter, at the very least for the demo. They probably matter post demo, but honestly, I probably won't be playing at this point because the demo is already packed enough. Okay, we go regardless. That's actually pretty fucking funny. But yeah, so again, I'm just confirming this right now. And I'm going to go back and click the I'm evil option because, yeah, I don't know. It just, because that may just be a way to end it, right? It's like, doesn't actually make a difference. Well, I guess first I want to say it's like Yuri to see if that actually makes a difference, which seems like it doesn't. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. And again, we're just doing this. It doesn't actually matter which one we do, right? Yeah. It doesn't actually matter which one we do. And then none of those matter. We already confirmed it. But yeah, so let's see. Again, and I'm just confirming that there's no difference in, because we know there's no difference in in our original playthrough we did, right? In our first playthrough. But yeah, and this, I'm just confirming that there's no difference in this one, which again should be the case. But does it actually matter if we answer or not? All that matters, I think, is that we wait on this screen. So let's see. And then again, yeah, we just wait. So yeah, it is. But yeah, I guess I don't know. So maybe, and then what this is telling me is regardless of what happens, maybe the big, because I was thinking maybe Monica had a plan to prevent the big freeze, but instead, but that wasn't the case. She couldn't actually prevent it. What her scheming did was ensure that she would get chosen by us. Because again, remember in our original playthrough, we had the choice between Monica, Yuri, and Natsuki, but on this one, it was only Monica. So yeah, there's that. It is again, it is also interesting to note that again, in the original playthrough, right, when we got to Sayori, and then again, leaving the rope, let Sayori win. But again, it is interesting to note that in the original playthrough, and then this doesn't matter. So in the original playthrough, Ayame offers drink, Nanda chose rejects. There's also events that didn't happen, like Raven takes drinks and events, but none of that crap matters. But again, it is interesting to note that in the original playthrough, when we get to this point, Ayame, and because I don't think we make it to this point if we pick Yuri or Natsuki. Funny enough, I think they get left behind. So it's just us and Ayame who makes it, and we try and convince Yuri to stop. And even if we bring Monica in the original one, it's still us three who, like, basically all we do, the extent that we do is basically try and get her to stop, right? But it's interesting that in this one, Monica actually has her plan of taking back the presidency pretty much and using it for presumably something else. And again, so that doesn't matter, right? So we confirm that. But I'm interested to see some other things, like this doesn't matter. I'm interested to see, say nothing's like an admission of guilt, I'm sorry. Okay, and then, so this doesn't have an impact, right? So it is interesting to note that this doesn't have an impact. But what happens if we click this? I guess deep down, I already knew. I'm sorry. So does this choice actually matter or not? I was thinking maybe clicking where, because the nothing, I figured, okay, that's just like nothing, right? It doesn't do anything. But I figured that clicking this, right? Like the one that may have a difference is I'm evil, right? And again, we're skipping through this. So what about, because, and again, I'm going to skip to the point where we can say, yeah, it is Sayori or not. So it is interesting though. Maybe it's something at this point where it doesn't actually matter. But it said we could do more to learn the truth of this world. That was what that specifically said. So, and then here's Ayame. So, but I'm actually curious because I'm not sure if this actually makes a difference or not. Yeah, it is interesting though. Because yeah, it seems like, because the fact that the big freeze happened in this too, in that even with all that scheming, Monica wasn't able to prevent it. What that tells us is that the big freeze is basically inevitable, right? And that all of Monica's scheming in this was basically to ensure that she would get chosen by us afterwards, right? So again, that is interesting though. So honestly, it may all end up the same, regardless of what we do. We end up in that room, and then this is the same. And again, yeah, so that's the same regardless. Let's see, memories of writing a poem. And then let's see, anyway. Okay, fuck off, skip. And then, yeah, I'm going to say that, yeah, it does look like Yuri. But again, I'm not sure if, I also want to know if picking an option other than the eye actually matters. So I'm curious as to if any of these decisions actually matter to, at least for the demo, right? Because if the full thing comes out, it'll probably matter then. But again, it is just interesting to note that the big freeze is basically inevitable, regardless of what we do, regardless of the scheming that Monica does, regardless of what we do with Sayori, even if we end up going her full route, right? I guess I don't know. Like it seems like it's inevitable. And I'm gonna do a few things differently, right? Is the girl in the book her? Yes, he thinks so too. The resemblance is almost perfect. But again, so it doesn't actually appear to matter though. So that's the issue. And again, we're gonna fucking turn the page to see the same crap. Yeah. Nope. Does it actually matter? Because all of this crap doesn't matter, right? A book, a tie, a pen, a purse, and a ribbon, right? The only one that we saw was an eye. Let's see, you think you saw a person? That's way too general. Can't think of anything. Are you sure you saw that on all the pages? I'm sure. At least I think I am. Well, okay. That's really what we saw, then I'm stumped. Try to go through the whole journal again, but I just stop when I reach a certain point. I want to keep reading through it, but I can't. This didn't happen before. Went through the whole journal with no problem. Huh? That's weird. What's wrong? I can't go past this page in the book. The page I'm stuck on is a page with more random scribbles. I have a feeling the next page is completely different. I just know it. Maybe there's something there. If only I could turn the page. You actually lost the ability to read some of it? That's no good. Now we're back to where he started, except now we have something he saw, and that could mean anything. Ski sighs. Starting to think this is hopeless. Can't even crack this code. We're so close. I know it. But now we have nothing to go on. It's a real shame you lost that ability. Wonder what could have happened in a few minutes so suddenly lost it. Now do you believe us? His journal is cursed? I would have believed you if it didn't happen to me. The feeling was so weird. It's like I couldn't control my arms. Now I just refused to move. It felt so surreal. It's not the same sensation. Jesus. Now I found there's some visible force preventing me from looking at the next page. That's exactly it. That's great. You figured that out. And now we have nothing. Only was the journal. All we got from it was a person. I'm still wondering what the hell it could possibly mean. I'm at a loss as well. I'm not saying you looked at it wrong, but maybe there was something else. It's what I saw. I'll look at yourself and be my guest. For the journal with the page open to Yuri. Instead of taking it from me, she flings the book to the ground. Yuri, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. Don't bother. It's the journal's curse or whatever. It won't let you cheat like it did either. How do you know that? Have you tried it yourself? Actually, yeah. Yesterday, I tried using something to hold the page down. It was a page I couldn't read. As soon as I tried to look at it, I immediately closed it. It's like I wasn't in control of myself. This book is a lot more complicated than I thought. I wonder what our tricks it has up its sleeves. Well, it doesn't really matter. We've pretty much done it all we could. Brain can't read past a certain point. The parts he can read don't really help. Ski sits down on the floor. I give up. And so that's interesting, though. And presumably, this would be the same thing regardless of the other options we picked. Natsuki, you can't do that. Why not? We don't exactly have anything to work with. And no offense to you, but you haven't really been that helpful. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. Natsuki, very well. It's not good enough. We're stuck again. Now I don't know what to do. It's as if all this effort has been for nothing. Natsuki, just accept what's coming. Natsuki has to brush off the dirt from her dress. It's not like we can do anything about it. Time to. Damn. Yuri slaps Natsuki in the face. Fight night. It's just a moment's silence as Natsuki stands there, not believing what just happened. I'm still not sure if that actually happened to myself. Yuri, you started this little investigation. You want to solve this mystery as much as the rest of us. You're the one that knows the most about this. Yuri stares into Natsuki's eyes. So you can't give up. You have to think of something. All of this, it hasn't been for nothing. There's just a clue we're missing. I know it. Please, Natsuki. As your friend, I'm telling you to keep going. Where is she on screen? See this through to the end. Whether or not the end leads to anything, it's up to us. Yuri steps back, isn't it? A few seconds pass. I'm not sure Yuri's whole speech then just did anything. Natsuki still hasn't moved her head. Then she opens her mouth to speak. You're right. She shakes her head. Thanks for slapping some sense into me. Literally. It's up to us. We're the only ones that know about this. If our world is in danger, we could be the only ones who could stop it. Yuri, I don't want to give up. And I think I know what we can do. What is it? Yuri, Natsuki looks at me. She looks at the journal on the floor and back to me again. It doesn't involve him. I'm sorry. She picks up the journal and offers it to me. Take this. And do what? Try to make some sense of it. You can read further than I can. Maybe that means something. Well, what are you going to do then? Why can't I be a part of it? We just saw that in a matter of minutes, you lost the ability to fully read the journal. This plan I have could make it worse, so I don't want to change things while we're still working. And this is what she said in the when we went through, right? That, we could potentially lose the ability to read it. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that was because we picked the I, and that one was the correct one. But she's right. The more factors we keep saying, the better chance we have of depicting the journal. Maybe you'll regain the ability to read more of it. And what if I don't? And that's the end of the journal's usefulness. Look, I don't want to exclude you from this. An important part of my new plan is that you are involved. And again, the plan, whatever plan that they had is irrelevant because of the big freeze and the fact that they weren't chosen by us. Because we didn't even have the choice this time around. It was only on Monica, and that was where scheming led to. I get it. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. I hope you can find something new. Good luck. I'm sure we'll find something. Yuri, follow me. We have things to talk about. We'll see you later. See your rehearsals. Hopefully you can do whatever it is you're planning. Skin Yuri rush off. I don't know where they're heading to, what she has planned, but it still seems urgent. Yuri's slapping Nansky. He seems to have a new determination. We will solve the mystery after all. In the meantime, figure out what this journal means. Maybe looking at one entries will give new information. There's just one thing. Why is the story so similar to ours? There has to be a reason for that, doesn't there? Can we skip? Okay, we can. I'm assuming there's no differences, so let's go to here and then try and they all lead to the same outcome, right? If we don't pick a fucking okay, so it's the same regardless. And I'm just going to confirm that, right? So a tie. Yeah, it's just the same regardless. So, and again, what are the other options, right? What did we click? We clicked person. Yeah, and again, I'm just confirming this, right? Yeah, so it seems like the I was the correct option, which again is what I presumed. But again, so and honestly, what I should have done, hold on, I'm going to go back to this point and then say we're evil, right? Just because I'm thinking that this may be the only difference. If we say we're evil, if we say it's Yuri, and then we continue past that point. So I'm going to go from here to basically the end to see if it makes any difference. And then if not, what I may need to do is spend time with Monica that one day, because I spent the time with Sayori and that didn't seem to make a difference. Obviously Monica is different through now because it seems as though whatever it's called, not writing poems for her kind of caused her to become unhinged, go off the deep end. And then maybe it was, I can go through custom start again, but maybe giving her the book, I guess is what kind of, that's the option that presented itself by not writing our poems for her, causing her to already become unhinged, go off the deep end. And that kind of can fulfill that role for her. But again, I feel like, again, that's the issue with custom start, because that's something where it's just like, I don't exactly know or remember what happened. Because again, that was on the, because presumably there would have been some differences, but again, using custom start, skipping to that point, because I'm just trying to get like as much story as I can, basically, right? Which is why I don't want to go through the entire arc system again, right? Because there was no real added story from there. Obviously, there would be alternate choices, alternate scenes, but it lead to the same outcome. Funny enough, the freeze seems to happen regardless, but it's just what happens doing that, right? There we go. Skip that. And then we'll say a yeah to Yuri or whatever, right? So yeah, there's that. So again, these decisions, I'm just confirming that these don't actually make a difference, right? That whether we say we're evil, whether we, what's it called? Say it's Yuri, that all that doesn't actually make a difference. Maybe if we don't go to Monica, it doesn't actually make a difference. Maybe not. Or that is one shoot. That is one more thing that I completely fucking forgot about. That yeah, us and Yuri going to see Monica. That probably doesn't make a difference. And I'm just trying to confirm all this. So honestly, let's still go to Monica regardless. And then we're still here and we still say it's Yuri. But again, this doesn't seem to make a difference. And then we'll click I, because that seems to be the right one. And then we'll still go to Monica, because it seems as though if we don't, right, Yuri still goes. It may be like something regardless. I don't even need to look. Yeah, no. And again, there seems to be no difference now. Yeah, just skipping through. And what I may do is, honestly, I don't think there's a difference for whether or not because Monica was like berating us for going with Yuri. So I guess maybe we don't want to, right? No, she can handle it. So yeah. And then Ayame is here. So no difference. Again, no difference here. And yeah, Monica was actually, so it actually makes perfect sense because she was berating us for going with Yuri. She's like, oh, I can do this myself, right? You know, you don't need to be meddling. So it's just, I don't know. This is like, yeah, I don't know. To me, it seems like there's no difference. So I guess we'll just go until the end and then I'll stop it there. And then in the next one, I'll probably try to go with Monica for that first night and see if there's any, because again, in the original playthrough, we went with Sayori during the weekend anyway. Well, in this one, we could actually go with Monica and see if it makes a difference regarding the storyline. Because yeah, at this point, yeah, because here's the thing. We could get all the different, we could try to get everything, right? All of the alternate choices, all of the, which presumably lead to alternate scenes. But again, it's the same outcome, right? Story-wise is what, like, and especially because we're limited with Thanksgiving break, and then also just the, feasibleness of trying to get every single option and achievement. It's something, this makes zero difference. Actually, let's do this. But again, it's something where it's like, yeah, again, it is just like, I don't know. Skip. Yeah, but again, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, and again, so what I'm gonna do is, yeah, it's just, I don't, honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't think it'll make a difference. But again, since we haven't ever spent that day with Monica, we would presumably get new dialogue. So, and again, it doesn't matter. Let's just go to the school this time. So yeah, there's that. And again, no new dialogue here. So yeah, again, this is just confirming that there's nothing different by going the alternate. Again, the only other alternate thing would be if what's it called? By spending that day with Monica. So let's see. Yes, sure. And again, it's just kind of such a pain because yeah, with the whole custom start, because you skip so much of the story up until that point, and so much different stuff happens to include different dialogue, right? It's just almost like it's not even really worth, I guess, is a way to put it. It's just, yeah, this is something to where maybe it's better if I start, but again, then I wouldn't, even if I were to have started from the beginning and have done doubles since that point, there'd be no way I'd be able to get through everything, which is the issue. And again, this is just, this is a great mod, right? It's like, I mean, and this is still a demo. So, but it is just like, yeah, it's just like with the custom start, like I'm just, and again, I'll wrap this up. And my theory is that, what's it called? My theory is that it may be the book, giving that book to Monica is what caused, rather than not writing the poems for Monica. It may have been giving the book, because I'm curious about the whole date thing, right? Like I never made it to that portion of this mod. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, it is just interesting. Is it gonna go or what? There we go. I was like, is this gonna take some time? There we go. We're not leaving the rope. And again, presumably there's no difference. It is just, it's weird. Because again, that's just the issue. Because now I'm kind of realizing there's so much that happens prior to custom start. That's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I just don't have enough time because I'm not going to be fucking, because here's the thing, right? So first, let me kind of explain what I'm, because it is already past. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just kind of explaining what I'm going to do for next time. And then we're going to get the, there we go. So what's going to happen again? So what I'm going to do is spend this day with Monica. Granted, hold on. Let's actually pick another. So it's true, isn't it? Well, I suppose I shouldn't have really expected anything different. You are you after all. I guess after, so long as you're participating. So wow, and I've decided it would be best. Maybe I'll miss having everyone around, having real people to talk to, but making sure everyone's happy, then ending everything. I think that's the way to go. And now, because she knows we're not listening, or supposedly not listening, so, and again, it seems to make, it probably makes no difference. Why is this auto? I suppose I shouldn't have really expected. And I don't think this makes a difference whatsoever. So yeah, and again, I just wanted to confirm this. So, and I'm not going through all of it. Actually, just go to the main menu. But what I'm going to do is, again, go to this day and spend it with Monica. Because again, in the original playthrough, we did it with Sayori. And in this one, I thought made sense to do Sayori because of what's it called? Just again, due to the nature of what we've been doing with this playthrough. But again, let's looking at custom start. Right? So an arc to begin. I'm not doing Monica's because again, we did both of, I don't feel reason to go back and do these arcs because we did their arcs to completion, right? We spent as much time as we could with them. We made the correct decisions during their plays, right? And then we got the ideal outcomes for both of them and their arcs. And as a result, we got a combo, sort of a combination achievement, right? For the ideal outcome for both theirs. It's only Sayori's. But it's interesting. And again, I assume there is an achievement for, well, there probably is an achievement for Monica's because it's literally just the pre-mod up until a certain point. But yeah, but besides that, it's the Ori's just because of it's the end, right? Let's see. And again, so what did we, oh, I already fucked up. Oh my God. You know, just fucking exit the mod. That shit pissed me off so much. All right, screen share stopped working. That's fine. Let's open the mod. Let's see. And then again, yeah, because that I should hold my clicking. So get back to here just in time. Our fates are locked. There is no escape. And then again, all this stuff is still here. So custom start again because I want to go through. And then Sayori's arc, obviously. Start in Sayori's arc. Let's see. And then, or I guess, shoot, it doesn't matter, honestly. Yuri, shoot. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just say Yuri. Yeah, and from Sayori. So. And then, because here's the thing. What are you up to? First day, second day, third day, inauguration day. Because we start to first day. And then we make all the decisions from then, which is what I was, because I clicked first day because I wanted to go all the way back. But all that does is just enable us to pick the decisions from that, which is, again, is weird. Let's see. So who do we spend festival day with? And I actually, in the original one, we spent it with Monica. So what did we do for this one? I'm not worried about these two because we did their arcs to completion. I'm worried about trying to get as much story as I can for Sayori's arc. So we spent it with Sayori. And then we wrote ours for. And then we actually did both. We did the impossible. And then we chose, we're going with Sayori here. Strawberries on the day of the play. And that's saving Yuri. Let's see. Natsuki's prom. So. Ask you for the book. And then again, so this is what I'm curious about. Because here's the thing. In our original playthrough, she never gave us, like, regarding the book, we never had the opportunity to give it to her. In fact, she gave it to us and we were supposed to throw it away, right? We were supposed to throw it away, but we never ended up doing it. So we held on to it. And that was what that whole situation was, with the MC nearly getting possessed by it after Yuri did. But what's interesting is because in this one, we gave it to her. So apparently you visited Natsuki's house twice. And then the first time, and then these are what lead to, and then we checked all of them. So these are just for their arcs. So, and then Sayori, let's see. And then did you listen to it at each occasion? I have no idea what this is referring to. So let's see. You put in a file. Yeah, we did. And then this is for what's it called? Haruka. So yeah, Natsuki's family. So an offer was made. So that's, again, I don't know what this offer was in the, I don't recall in the original. And this was making me think about sort of the whole Yame thing, but we don't even get to that point. So hold on. Done here. Did something just happen? Where was I? And then Sayori. Honestly, because here's what I'm thinking. So what I'm curious, again, and then I just wanted to see what the options were. Because I was originally thinking, oh, not writing the poems for Monica is what caused her to kind of go off the deep end. But what if it's quite possible it was giving the book to her as well as, you know, listening to the words and then accepting the offer? I have no idea what those are all referring to. And that's kind of the issue with this custom start. Because, and also what happens if we fucking, yeah, Sayori's. And then, because what I'm curious about is, let's see, what if we, yeah, the issue is there's just far too much. And then what happens if we just click here? Where do we spend fest? It seems, or, oh, I remember, I know what it means. Okay, we can end this now. The day of preparations means, because if we would have clicked all those options, we would have just skipped straight to inauguration day. But by clicking first day of preparations, we go through all that initial stuff as well. But yeah, so when it comes to that, it's pretty much like, yeah, I'll be doing that regardless. But what I'm going to be doing is going with Monica during the, what's it called, inauguration prep day, see if that makes any difference. And then I'll go back and adjust those to say we threw it away, we didn't listen to the words, and we didn't accept the offer. And those three choices may be what that may actually be what caused Monica to do that, as opposed to not writing the poems. The poems may honestly be obsolete, right? They may have literally zero impact. It is interesting to note though. But, and again, the whole reason I was going Sayori's was because I was making all the choices related to Sayori, and then all the yes choices relating to those special ones. So, but yeah, looking at it further in, because again, I didn't even realize it at first. I was just kind of clicking everything related to Sayori and then doing all the yeses because I was hoping that would help, and it didn't. The big freeze happened regardless. But it makes it seem as though, but now looking at it, right, those three choices may have been what caused Monica to kind of, because originally I was thinking, oh, it's the poems, right? Obviously. But no, it may be those three choices. But I guess we'll see. I'll do this in the next one because it's already been an hour 30. Not doing any more. But yeah, so yeah, I've got nothing else. So yeah, I guess that's it for this one. See you in the next one.